Hello people with excellent video taste and welcome to episode 20 of Access. Coming up, we round up the week's biggest news in our PlayStation briefing, we descend on Glasgow for the second leg of our Access Vita Rooms tour, and have a natter with UFC hardman Brad One Punch Pickett. First up though, it's time to ditch those tyres and drive up the side of the building in our Vita Game of the Week, Wipeout 2048. You can picture the FISAR development meetings that led up to the year 2048, can't you? Less bolts, less wheels, damn it, less gravity, you incompetent fool! And it was worth all the swears because the car thingies you get to pilot in Wipeout's PlayStation Vita debut are brilliant, like being catapulted into a massive bowl of meringue at 200 miles per hour, and every bit as zesty. 2048's single-player campaign is divided into events that sit in 4 categories. Racing is predictably amazing with aggressive AI, explosive weapon pickups and physics-bothering tracks that laser you through the face with a concentrated beam of pretty. But the other modes are far from hasty afterthoughts. Combat ditches the focus on lap times in favour of blowing everyone up, always a winner, and time trials are, like trials but timed. The zone challenges are our favourite though, and not just because it looks like you're racing through the inside of a 70s disco speaker. A gruelling test of your reflexes and cornering skill, you've essentially got to not die as your ship goes faster and faster with every lap. Awesome, if it didn't constantly remind us of that nasty childhood incident with the faulty merry-go-round. Being on Vita, Wipeout 2048 is stuffed with nifty control options that make streaking up the side of buildings even more of a blast. It's called touch and tilt, and you accelerate by jamming down on Vita's rear touchpad while twisting the console left and right to steer. To quote the best Star Wars film ever, now that is pod racing. Plus, there's this Amazo menu that makes us feel like we're in Minority Report.
5-hour speed.
And this brilliant photo mode that lets you make sexy snaps of your ship's curvaceous metal bits. Even with all Vita's game enhancers, the core of Wipeout 2048 is bombing through glorious futurescapes with the echoing throb of your anti-grav boosters chugging away underneath. With neat ad hoc and online multiplayer options, plus stunning crossplay with your PS3, this really is the complete Wipeout package squeezed into the palm of your hand. And we recommend it like quickly building a time machine that'll take us all 36 years into the future. Prepare to be impaled by the week's sharpest news. It's time for your PlayStation briefing. Tennis games have come a long way since those 2 white blobs on a black screen days. Look, they've got men in them now and everything. But when we caught up with EA Sports' Thomas Singleton, we were more interested in talking PS Vita than tennis stars.
I think it's a phenomenal device. I think it's it's very innovative. Could Grand Slam tennis go to that platform? Anything's possible.
Look, it's London. But what's that?
The bloody ninja!
God blimey, it barely is as well, innit? Ninja Gaiden 3 to be precise, a blood-happy threequel we've been getting slicey with in the Access TV office.
I got a family, mate.
Yeah, well the Jubilee line is buggered because of you. Eat steel. We'll have more on Ninja Gaiden 3 in the run-up to its March the 23rd release. Coming out one whole month before that, on February the 22nd, is PlayStation Vita, as if you didn't already know that. What you might not know, however, is that you can now stroll into your local game or game station and smear your digits all over PS Vita's slick OLED screen, plus have a fiddle with the launch lineup. Naturally, the next thing to do is pre-order one. Go on, pre-order a PS Vita. And don't forget, if you want even more hands-on time with PlayStation Vita before its UK launch, then head on down to the Access Vita Rooms in London from February the 17th. Hit facebook.com/PlayStation Access for full details. Hello fans of everything digital and welcome to our weekly roundup from On The Store. First up, big news! Shank
is back.
Yes, alright, let's leave the narrating to me, shall we? Yes, he's back and angrier than a hornet with a migraine, as evidenced by all the merciless slaughter you're currently seeing. Why so grumpy? We reckon it's because he misread the label on his chainsaw as ideal for head trimming. Injecting PSN with a swirling mass of weird this week is abstract puzzler Catherine. As well as being addictive like a bag of caffeine-infused twiglets, the game is a nuclear explosion of originality. How so? Well, I think we can safely say this is the only time we've controlled a man in spotty underpants as he legs it from a giant demon baby. please let it also be the last. Forget Lego Batman, cardboard Batman is the flavour of the moment in Gotham City Imposters, a multiplayer shooter that pits sellotape-cowed Bat fans against DIY Joker loons and chucks in heaps of tasty gadgets for good measure. Yes, grappling hooks, gliders and enormous cannons are all well and good, but those costumes, does Gotham not have an Argos? We'll end our store roundup with some sound moral advice. Don't join the Mafia, kids. Poor old Vito Scaletta does it in Mafia 2 and his life goes south faster than a Scotsman on holiday. What's bad for Vito turns out good for us though, as we get to play through a grandiose gangster epic that's now available to download in its entirety from the store. Here's another piece of sage advice.
Aim for the fat.
Yeah, I think you got him. That's all from the store this week. We'll be back with more downloadable fun next time. With just over a week until UFC Undisputed 3 kicks its way into your living room, we decided to catch up with UFC's very own Brad One Punch Pickett, seen here taking a break from punching men by punching some air instead. The first thing we asked him was how accurate his in-game counterpart looks.
I think they're going a bit harsh. I know I ain't got the straightest nose in the world, but this one's like going off in a completely different direction.
Don't be so modest, Brad. Your nose is lovely. If you had to break it again, though, which PS3 character would you most like to do it?
Ken from Street Fighter 2, because he was one of my favourite characters I used to play, so it'd be good to put my Brad Pickett versus Ken.
So the big question for One Punch Pickett, how many punches would it take you to destroy a PlayStation Vita?
I could drive Vita in one punch, definitely, if I punch it over a cliff.
You can punch Brad in the nose yourself when UFC Undisputed 3 hits the shelves on February the 17th. Or you could just do this. He's a total softie, really. Welcome to Access All Areas, where this week we're in... Can you guess? Oh, hi, laddie. It's Glasgow, where we're checking out a wee new console called the PlayStation Vita. And look, so are you lot. This is, of course, the second leg of the Access Vita Rooms tour, and it turns out Glasgow is a hotbed for gamers all eager to get up close and touchy with Sony's swish new tech. We had a poke around the venue to find out what Vita games our lovely community are most looking forward to.
The Uncharted seems really cool. Looks scarily like the PS3 version, which is really cool.
The second part of the level, where you're actually aiming at people and shooting them, I was really impressed by that, because I know it's something that's quite difficult to get right even on a console half the time.
The Variety Fighters worked, that was pretty cool.
Feels like a kind of Street Fighter Tekken type game, the way you put combos together and stuff. And obviously being able to play it on any surface is brilliant, isn't it? You know?
I've tried it out on the wall, that was pretty fun. I might try and attach it to the back of my dog, I don't know.
Gravity Rush, it's utterly beautiful and I'm just really excited to see where it goes with it.
It's this beautiful looking like manga game and you can control and shift gravity. It's like Matrix, you can fly up onto walls and like have battles on the side of buildings.
Wipeout, it feels so good and it's a lot more natural. It feels just with motion controls and things like that.
Then, out of the blue on day 2 of the event, rap star Lethal Bizzle made a triumphant Access return after his speaker-shaking performance in Bristol last year. Turns out he's a massive fan of Dame Judi Dench as well. And it seems the celebrities just couldn't resist the lure of PlayStation Vita's high-def loveliness, with Glasgow Rangers hotshots Maurice Edu and Alejandro Bedoya dropping into the Vita rooms for a quick blast on FIFA. So, Morris, think the Rangers lads will be playing each other on the team bus?
Definitely. Go back and tell the boys about it, and I'm sure they'll be excited and get involved. Quite a few of them have like PSPs and they play that, so I'm sure as soon as I explain to them some of the new features that has, they'll be excited and eager to get their hands on one.
And so the Glasgow leg of our Vita Rooms tour comes to a close. But if you're still keen to try PS Vita for yourselves before launch day, there's the London event, which kicks off on February the 17th. Head on over to facebook.com/PlayStation Access, where you can also watch the full-length video of our Access Vita Rooms events. Yes, we're still here at the Glasgow Vita Rooms, and so are Maurice Edu and Alejandro Bedoya. Turns out they love the PS Vita so much, they stuck around after the event closed for a quick brawl on Reality Fighters. Oh, nice moves, Alejandro. Maybe you can do that when you next score. That's all we've got time for this week, but if we've still not slaked your PlayStation lust, then head on over to facebook.com/PlayStation Access for more videos and event news. See you next week.